All right, today we've got some new batteries from TimeUSB. Let's open them up. We have our product manual packet. We have our terminal bolts. All right, and there's the batteries. So these are a 24 volt, 25 amp hour battery. So it says it has 640 watt hours of energy. Our charging voltage is 28.8 plus or minus 0.4 volts. Our max continuous charge and discharge is 25 and 50 amps. So we can continuously charge at 25 amps and continuously discharge at 50 amps. Alright, so let's get a weight on one of these guys. And it comes in at 13.4 pounds. And looking at the manual, we can series 2 together to create a 48 volt battery. And we can parallel up to 4. Alright, let's charge these guys up. Alright guys, so I want to charge these up in parallel. But before I do that, we need to check the voltage of each battery to make sure that they're close, because you don't want to connect them in parallel if the voltages are too far off. Then you could have a lot of power transfer between the two, which is something that you don't necessarily want to happen. Alright, so let's check the voltage of here. On this one we've got 26.36 volts. And then this one we have 26.36 volts. So we are okay to go ahead and parallel these together. Okay, so we are paralleled now. I've got the charger connected across this way. This will actually cause them to charge evenly. If I were to just hook the charger up to one side, this one's actually would end up being charged more than this one. So doing them diagonal like that distributes the charge even. Also the discharge, so if you were pulling power from a parallel pack like this, you would want to do it this way as well. Alright, and we're going to use this Licity charger to charge them up. So let's plug it in now. Okay, we are charging at about 28 amps. Alright, so I'm going to let that charge and I'll be back when it's complete. Alright guys, so these batteries were fully charged in parallel as you saw earlier. But now I've got them wired in series for 48 volts. So I'm going to run that through this shunt and my Victron 48 volt inverter. So let's go ahead and flip the switch, turn on the inverter. We'll crank the AC up as the load. And here we go. Over, well, almost 700 watts. That should settle down here in just a minute. There we go. Now we're going down. Alright, so we're down below 400 watts. So it's going to take about 3 hours, or 3 hours and 30 minutes. So we'll just let that continue on and I'll be back. Alright, so we are down to 1% left, 0.475 amp hours left to go. We're currently setting at 50.42 volts, pulling 6.1 amps. Okay, so we've hit 0%. However, the way this shunt works, we still have a little bit left here. We have about 0.224 amp hours left to go. All right, so we're about to hit full capacity here. And there it is. So we've discharged a full 25 amp hours out of these TimeUSB 25 amp hour batteries here. Excellent. The really good part is that we still have good voltage, and these will probably go for a little while after. I just unfortunately cannot read how much after on this shunt. Well, technically I can through the app, but I didn't reset the data, so it's off. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shut the test down. We've passed. We can move on now. Alright, so I got the lid pried off. Let's go ahead and open her up. There we go. So we got a TimeUSB labeled BMS. We do have prismatic cells. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's an 8S like we are expecting. We have a double 12 gauge silicone jacketed wire, 200 degrees Celsius on the negative. Okay, and on the positive side, we have an 8 gauge 200 Celsius silicone jacketed wire. All right, so I'm going to try to get these cells out. I feel them budging, so this might be a good sign. All right, there we go. We got them out. All right, there's our little cells. So we've got a high density foam all around. They do have material between cells to isolate them. That's very nice. I'd like to see that. Looks like they are taped together with this fiber tape. Laser welded aluminum bus bars. It does have a relief hump. We do see QR codes right here. Now we'll see if we can scan a code. Well, I'm not able to get a scan, but the code reads K1OD05122. So if that means anything to anybody, let us know. But they are definitely intact. There's nothing funny about them. No scratches or nothing. Alright guys, so I think that's going to be it for the video. Let me know what you think about these batteries. I'll leave links in the description, and I'll catch you on the next one.